Chewing a dog and then doodly doo and then slurping nom nom.
Welcome in, everybody. We're live.
I look like I got 3 teeth. Gentlemen, how's it going?
It's all right.
It's going pretty good. How have y'all been doing this week?
Hold on, we're having weird technical difficulty on screen.
Oh, are we?
Not something you can really see, but like a giant black box on the side of the screen for some reason. Anyway, I'm doing okay. I have
sounds like our stream's not.
I have strep again, but it sucks.
That's what you get for licking all the test tubes.
I've done no such thing.
The camera says otherwise. How about you,
Anyway.
Vipington?
It's been kind of an easy week. We took the kids up to see all the dinosaurs of the island. So we were able to get out of the house and do that. They have like animatronic dinosaurs spread throughout the island.
Oh.
So
Did
we
you know
went
in
up there.
Insert Town here that they have like this little Dino Quest, Dino Island thing?
Yeah, we went last year.
Okay, cool.
It was
A
really
mutual,
fun.
a mutual friend's friend.
It was mixed in with a Lego thing.
Oh, at the island or the thing?
No, at the thing,
Cool.
Dino Quest thing.
I've got a friend that works that occasionally, so I see him
I
posting
think
about
he
it.
was
once
there.
a month.
Is he the one that we met meeting a wrestler?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I
I
think I
have no
saw
idea
him.
what you're talking about.
Super secret code.
Yeah.
We won't drop his government name because he may not want his government name dropped.
I actually
Government.
don't even remember his name.
I do. He's my friend.
I only met him once.
Good
He
dude.
was pretty cool, though.
He was in a band with our mutual friend.
Doc, you wasn't on spring break. How was your week
No, I was not on spring break, but as of
right now?
8 o'clock when I walked in the door, I'm on spring break because I had an in-service on Friday the 13th and then went to one of my students / my daughter's friends' spa day birthday party. So they had robes
Birthday party?
and they had their feet in the little tubs with the stuff. And they had the little hat with the little bow with the hair holding back gimmick. And then it was a pin the tail on the donkey game, but instead it was pin the cucumbers on the girl and then they played a little party
What a
game.
strange birthday party.
9-year-olds, man, they're something else. Yeah, it was
I
my
would
daughter.
never have thought about that for a birthday theme.
I mean, it's pretty neat. We were at the same kid's birthday party last year, and it's the same place, but we went bowling and we went swimming afterwards. So, it's a fun little place. Just a local community center, and they kept it all in the room this year, and the girls had a ball. And then I had been in service all day, learning about test security and then doing a lot of just maintenance work around the room, cleaning up stuff. Several teachers' kids found my daughter who was hanging in my room, and then that turned into an event for a while. And I'm noticing quickly my daughter gets my social anxiety because I took a picture of them all playing around and like doing stuff in my room, and my daughter's just sitting there with a fidget spinner in the middle of the room on my carpet, just staring at him. And I brought her to my desk, and I said, "You good?" And she goes, "There's a lot of people in here right now." I said, "I know." But
I get that.
yeah, so I need to watch what I'm doing around her. She's going to inherit all of the good or the bad Dr. Janitor genes. So then they'll call her Dr. Janitor.
Janitor.
Dr. Janitor. Funny enough, I use that name whenever I do music teacher stuff. I have to sign up for showing up to in-services sometimes, and they'll have me fill out a Google form. And I thought about adding stupid names each time, but I'll just put Dr. Yan Itor on the list, and then my other music teacher coworker. I'll see him in the other school, and I'll say, "Hey, how many we got coming for this in-service?" And he goes, "Oh, well, so far we got 8 students and a janitor." And then it didn't click in my head about the old joke I made. I'm like, the janitor? What's the freaking janitor here? And he goes, Dr. Yan Itor. And I went, oh, yeah, I did that. So I said, I hope you don't have to turn that in for anything official. And he goes, no, that's fine. I said, well, I'm going to keep doing it forever and ever. And he goes, okay.
Okay.
But yeah, now that I'm on spring break, it's a whole lot of nothing. I typically try to find things to do because it's like watching paint peel.
What do you do during in-service?
I mean, it could be meetings, because the state testing's coming up. Sometimes it's a choose-your-own-adventure thing where they give you like all these little courses and classes, like, hey, learn how to use this program, or hey, work on some tips for this. And a lot of it wouldn't apply to me because I'm not a classroom teacher. But
see, that would irritate me so much.
They're normally pretty good about it, or they give me time to work with the other music teacher, and we did that first thing this morning, and we just kind of hashed out the last 9 weeks' plans. He was trying to get me to go with him to Paducah, Kentucky tomorrow because he's given an in-service up there. And he's music teacher famous-ish, and so he gave this presentation at the national conference. We were actually in Lexington back in November when I traveled from Nashville to Lexington like one day. He goes, you went to my session in Nashville and it was 1 hour, but you can come with me tomorrow and you can see the same thing but stretched across 4 hours and it'll be even better. I said, no, that's not going to happen. So I kept seeing him randomly throughout the day, and he goes, all right, so I'll pick you up at 6. And I said, no, you won't. Or he'd say, are you ready to go to Paducah? And I said, no, I just did that down the hallway in the bathroom, and, making all sorts of stupid jokes like that. But, yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah, in-services are... I'm not going to say they're useless.
I feel like, what I would think an in-service would be was just kind of catching up on all the stuff that you can't do in front of kids.
It's part of that. It is part of that. And then it's other training things, especially at the start of the year. You get the staff meeting, you have to read the handbook, you have to sign the things, you have to just put your room back together. And they've taken parts of my room this year, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to store everything for the summer, because they'll go in there and wax my floor. So I'm getting shelves put in so my band instruments can sit on a shelf and not... Well, I lost a huge closet this year due to science stuff. Like they had science totes in there for like experiments and stuff for each classroom in the school. Which we also found out the lady who's running that closet and stuff, she goes, have you noticed gnats in your room lately? And I said, honestly, yes, this year, but I figured it was this little wax warmer thing I have in my room, so my room doesn't smell like, 5-year-old sweaty kids. And she goes, there's a lot of them in this closet, and it might be some of the materials in here. And I said, oh, that explains a lot. And I said, it's either that or there's something dead in the vent above me. So she goes, my money's on the closet. And she's like, I'm sorry. And I said, as long as you ain't got anything like growing in there that's going to attack me one
decaying
day.
in there.
I mean, I was trying to think, what could she have in there that was drawing gnats? But
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, the kids sometimes wonder. They're like, what do you all do on in-service days? I said it's pretty quiet a lot of the times, but like I fixed my rosters for the last 9 weeks. I put in a few. I don't give grades anymore, but I put some comments on some certain kids. Like, you have to put in a number, and it like equates to a comment like student could improve, or student does blah 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 well, or absences hinder progress. So this year we stopped giving grades, but we can still do the comments. So I handed out a handful of comments.
Because that's one thing that irritates me about working with 7-Up is they had like a handful of trainings like every single month that you had to go through, but yet you didn't have time to go through it because I mean, the route that I was working on, I was literally running 12-hour days and running out of time at the end of the week. I just looked at him and I said, when do you want me to do it? Do you want me to cancel my route one day just so I can sit here and do training? He's like, no, you just need to do it. I was like, I ain't doing it off the clock. You can go to hell for that.
What do they expect you to do, man?
I don't
Come
know.
on.
I just didn't do it. And I
Was it a
like,
computer thing? You had to sit down and like click
Yeah.
all the buttons and crap?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dumb. No, they pay you for that. And
Exactly.
if they don't pay you for that, they don't get that.
I said, I ain't doing it off the clock.
There's a lot of teacher stuff that we would do off the clock, and I'll admit it, I don't have nearly
I
as
don't
much
do
as
anything off the clock.
Well, teachers, it's a different workload, and I'll admit I don't have to do a lot of off the clock. When I first started, I was really heavy onto that, but after Liz was born, a lot of it was this needs to stay here, and I literally can't take it home. But now that I've been there for a decade, it's a lot easier to get into the swing of things without having to do that either.
Well, when I was with beer, I think we literally had one meeting the entire 3.5 years that I was there. One staff meeting. When I was a 7-Up, we had one almost every week until the whole union thing.
Maybe it's a little pep
bullshit
talk.
happened.
Do they end each meeting
Yeah.
with make 7 up yours?
No. No.
Dang it.
And then it was like almost every month they had a new meeting. And it was stupid because all the drivers had to stay there. Even the ones that like started at midnight, they couldn't start their route till, 4 or 5 hours after they're supposed to start it. So stupid.
Yeah, it's just a lot of hurdles you have to jump through. And even during the test security thing, the lady in charge was like, y'all, I know this sucks, but it bees that way.
Yeah. I don't do
Yep.
well with those conversations. I tell them to go to hell.
Yeah, it doesn't really work with me. I like my job.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, man. But I got spring break, and
I
y'all
also told them the job was not mandatory. And then they wondered why I quit without giving a notice.
That's funny. Like, I've given notices before, like not with this job.
Yeah.
But have you guys? I know Alden's hit on notices before, and there were some things with Hardee's, and I'd have to ask. We'd have to have him elaborate on that. With notices, I'll admit I did walk out on one job, but it was working for the big Sam Walton. And I'd had it, and my social anxiety at the time could not handle working at that place a minute longer, and they expected me to work from 7 to midnight one night, and I was having an issue. And they basically said, tough titties, and I said, well, the hell with y'all. But that's the only one I've ever, walked out on. The other ones I've given notice, and of those, one of them was like, don't worry, you're good. So...
One, I gave a notice whenever I was at Cookout. I gave a notice and then just quit, during my notice.
Uh-huh.
And just walked out and just didn't come back.
Yeah.
Just because I figured out that they screwed me out of a $2,000 bonus.
Boo.
Yeah. So I was like, why am I going to show up for 2 shifts that are overnight? What the hell? I'm not.
Was that a 24-hour one?
It was open till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning,
Might as well have been then.
depending on the day. Yeah.
Yeah. Alden, am I remembering right with Hardee's? Is that... I vaguely remember you punching a freezer or something.
Yeah.
That's all I remember is I hear... Yeah.
Punched the fry cooler door because the guy got mad about his milkshake.
Oh, yeah, the milkshake guy. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder who started that whole deal with the 2 weeks notice. Is it just time to prep for someone else to take your spot? Yeah.
It's time to give time to find someone new and to train them and stuff, even though it's almost never utilized the way it should.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude.
It especially with all of our starting level jobs. I mean, we had either fast food or we had retail.
Yep.
I mean, even tonight, like after going to Super Spa Spectacular, I still had a Kroger pickup order, and so this little, I don't know if teenagers are allowed to do the pickup order stuff or if it's just like a 20-something or 18 or 19-year-old kid. Fresh-faced
I
kid.
feel like I've seen them like super young.
You would think just loading them in a car shouldn't be, you have to be 18. But maybe it's like an issue with liquor if someone buys that. I don't know. Or maybe you can't buy liquor with pickup or whatever. But I digress.
Yeah.
Young kid. And this happens a lot, but with my Podunk not new car. I don't have a button that closes my latch, my hatch.
Yeah.
And so they typically go, hey, do you have this or do I need to close? I said, yeah, just shut it. And he goes, yeah, that's fine. And it slams. And it's a loud slamming hatch. I don't care. And he comes up to the side. He goes, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to slam it that hard. I'm like, dude, it's fine. And then it makes me think, how many people have probably yelled at that kid because of something like that?
Yeah.
That's not worth. It's not worth yelling over.
No.
Now, if the kid slammed it in the back windshield, shattered in a million farting pieces, then that's a different story. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Just his reaction and made me think, someone's yelled at that kid, and that sucks. So people need to work in retail for a little bit. People need to work in fast food for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And the longer I think about it,
oh
yeah. Viper tried to get me on at Diamond Wednesday.
We can say it.
Yeah, I wanted to think of a funny name, but yeah, Ruby Tuesday. And I swear to God, I think I had 2 or 3 sit-down interviews with him because he called me.
I don't know why they didn't hire you.
He called me in, and we sat and talked for a while, and and then either I nudged you or I called them, or a little of both. And then they had me come in again. I want to say it was the same guy talked to me, but
Probably.
and in my head I'm like, how many entry-level interviews do I need for a serving position?
But you got to have 3 separate interviews.
Really?
Yeah.
Or do they just make sure I'm not like hammered one day when I come in?
I don't know. I had to have 3 whenever I first started.
Really?
Yep.
Because it was either this.
I didn't even have an interview. They literally looked at like my resume and they're just like, "You've been doing this for a while, so yeah, you're hired."
Did you transfer over from city here to city there, or did you start? Did you start in Knoxville, or did you go to like a Dandridge one?
I started in Powell.
That's right, because you transferred over.
And then I transferred over. And that was before they got their liquor license. And then as soon as they got their liquor license, I started to train to be a bartender. I didn't bartend long.
Feel like that wouldn't have gone very well.
I mean, it was fun. It was very hectic. Very hectic. Because they were the only place that sold liquor by drink in the whole county.
I don't. Truck driving and bartending, those are 2 of many jobs that I don't think I would want.
Yeah. I also was a debt collector.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That was
You were a what?
a debt collector.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no. I had another friend that, friend.
Student loans.
Oh, God.
Defaulted student loans.
I vaguely remember you doing that now.
Oh, I hate it. I would get in so much trouble in that one.
I know Alden's job. I'm not going to throw him under the bus with anything, but that's another one where I don't think I would want to.
Yeah.
Are you more of like in the back, kind of like doing stuff, or are you at the front desk going like, "Hey, supwitchin'"? Oh my lantern.
My job is basically
I'll be right back, guys.
I have one primary thing I'm supposed to do, but I'm also trained on everything. So
Yeah.
I'm constantly stepping in to help everybody with everything. So I am working our counter a lot.
Oh, Lord.
And it is awful how often I have to tell people things they don't want to hear.
I have a feeling it'd probably be similar to retailing or to fast fooding, and you get treated like a dog, right?
Yeah.
But at least you go home at the end of the day not reeking of onions. Maybe.
No, I just...
No, there was that one guy that threw onions at me one day. Hey, any update on the Royal Rumble that was at your work? Did anything else happen to that? Or
The families came back again, but they didn't make a scene the second time.
Okay,
But
good.
the first time they were there, it's yeah, no one got charged or arrested, but
Really?
yeah, but it was
That's wild.
It was a mess.
Is that the first time you've seen anything like that happen at your place?
No, it happens all the time.
Really?
Not to that degree. I've never seen anything that bad before, but there's definitely been altercations and fights quite often.
We're talking about Alden's Royal Rumble at his establishment, yeah. And I was asking if he's had any more like that, and he's like, nothing to that extent, but...
I haven't had anything like super bad that's happened. I've had some weird people.
Sure.
God, I had one person that was downtown and he didn't have any pants on. He was just
As you do.
staring into a
You might have been hot.
garbage thing. I mean, it was like winter time.
Oh.
I mean, he was cracked out. Like it was bad. And he was like staring into the garbage containers. Like he was looking for a portal to a different dimension.
Maybe he was, man. Maybe he
Probably was.
You know, I've never had... Well, knock on wood, I've never had to deal with any sort of, like, stuff at school like that. Although I missed one this week, apparently, but I'm not going into details because I don't want to get sued. But
Yeah.
we'll green room it later if you want. And I think
don't
Viper,
we'll
I
all be
discussed it.
awake for that.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm struggling real hard tonight.
you're fine, brother. You're fine.
We'll carry you.
Yeah. It's all good. We, I think I dropped it in the. There's another text thread that I have with Viper and some wrestling dads about some situations going on at that I'm dealing with at school.
Yeah.
But I feel like I brought that up with Alden, but maybe not. But it stems from that a little bit. So yeah, I'm not saying much more than that because again, I don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
But well, I know we hit on me being on spring break and then me getting to spring break with Spa-a-Palooza. But the both of you, I know Viper's got a little bit of a spring break going on with Lil Guy.
Yeah, that was last week. Or
Oh, well, yeah, you're
this
finishing
week
up.
that just
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Thank God he goes back to school this week.
You know, as I was thinking about it, my students always say, "Oh, we're going to the beach. We're going on a trip. We're going to do blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, how do you plan it like this? But then I think families have to plan it on fall breaks, spring breaks, because they don't have care for their children.
Yep.
I don't ever remember ever taking a trip as a kid. Like, I think the last thing we did as a family was went to the beach in 6th grade.
I didn't take them as a family. We did a couple church trips, like during fall and spring. Mostly spring. Fall was more of like a retreat because we didn't have like a full week off.
Did
But,
you all have a fall break? Because I don't really remember that.
It was like 3 days. Going. It was like Wednesday through Friday, and then the rest that weekend. That was a fall break.
I know Thanksgiving break turned out like that, but I really don't remember a fall break.
The only time that I remember literally going somewhere for school is when we marched in the Disney World parade.
And you did that in high school.
We did that in high school.
Yeah.
And we also got to march in the the Orange Bowl before they tore it down, which was really cool.
Oh, okay,
We didn't
cool.
win a damn thing because we wasn't any good. The only award that we won was out of state band,
An award for just showing up.
and that was our Batman show too.
How? Okay. Well, at least with Alden and me being podunk land, I never gathered, and you just hit on it, getting scored on parades.
No, it was a marching competition.
Oh, it was a marching company. Okay.
Yeah.
But I have don't maybe I've just
never
misunderstood it.
been
Scored on a
scored
parade.
on a parade. No,
I feel like I've heard that. Is that a thing, or did I make it up?
I think you just made that. It hasn't been a thing to me. I've
Okay, cool.
done several parades.
Then I'm stupid.
Some
Okay,
indoors, some outdoors. And let me tell you, the indoor ones are extremely loud. The fantasy event that goes on in the city. Trying to make a creative word for that.
It works. I love doing that. It's so fun.
And it's so tight in there to bring a whole, big band to do a lap around those. It's so tight in there, and it's so loud. I mean, we were wailing too. Like we didn't try to hold back.
We did a homecoming parade in walking through Walmart once.
Yeah,
What? Why?
Good.
we had a jazz concert at Walmart in college.
We did a brass quintet for Veterans Day too.
Wasn't that at a nursing home?
Both, maybe.
Maybe that was the trombone quartet.
I did a French horn thing at a nursing home. I remember that because we threw everything in mutual friend, my government name Everett's truck.
Oh,
Yeah.
Petrushka.
Does Government
the one
Evans have a Twitch handle?
Yeah, zombie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Found that out one night.
Where the dingleberry is he? Government name Evans, if that is your real name.
Evans. Chris Evans.
He's Cap. He's America's
Okay.
Evans.
That's America's ass.
Well, circling back, because I went on another tangent again. Spring break for the both of y'all. Viper's wife can kind of make her own hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alden's wife is kind of tethered to spring break.
Yeah.
Y'all planning on going to, when the time comes and you guys are going to be old enough to have the kids there, are you guys going to be the kind of families that run off and go do stuff, or are you just going to recoup from the social world? Or what do y'all think? What do y'all think it's going to look like for y'all?
It depends on the year because sometimes we'll go to visit parents, but in terms of like vacations, we don't have the money right now, and not for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Because we're not the kind of people who will go and spend money on a vacation if in any kind of debt.
I get that.
And we have been for a while. But also, it's not really fun right now to go on vacation with a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old.
True.
So,
But
today
again,
we need-
remember, think about this whenever the oldest is. Let's say the oldest is, what,
8?
3rd grade by then, and then the youngest is kindergarten. I'm sure that would change a little bit.
wow. I like
would
your
think.
timeline that I'll get out of debt in 4 years. But
Hey, you never know. We can all hit the lottery and split it up.
I don't know. We normally take our. Well, I mean, the past couple years, and this is not with our son in school. We've actually took trips like February and March, like early or late February, early March, and that's normally when we have took our Disney trip. But
Is it cheaper around that time, you think?
It's never cheap with Disney.
True.
This year we're going in May, and I was like, oh my gosh,
Oh,
I'm going to
God.
sweat 200 pounds off.
Well, that and everybody on planet Earth's going to be down there.
Yeah.
I had a
It's gonna be
student
like
tell me she
Memorial
was...
Day weekend.
Yo, Jesus. Ooh. I had a student tell me she was going to open day for Dollywood, and my first thought was,
did
oh
you
my
see those
God.
crowds?
No, was it
Holy
today?
Hell. I feel like it was sometime this weekend.
Okay, because she told me she's going, and I went, in my head, I was like, oh, dear
Because
God,
there was a
woman.
Dolly parade, too.
Hey, Viper and I saw Dolly at our Dolly parade.
Yep.
We went the day after we graduated from
College.
Narson Kuman.
Oh,
and friend of the show that works
to
at
be
Narson
fair,
Kuman.
I feel dead right now, so.
Yeah, it's good.
He's not intoxicated, ladies.
We'll
and
drag
gentlemen.
it.
He's
We'll drag it through, boss.
just delirious.
Friend of the show that works for Narson Kuman. We need to get her on here. Maybe we can hit her up again.
Yeah, I'd love to have her on.
Speaking of other mutual friend that went to school with Alden, have you heard about what she's smuggling in her stomach?
What are you talking about?
Our Granger County band director friend.
No, I didn't know about.
County band director.
Well, good for her.
Double L's got twins.
Oh God. I didn't know
Oh,
about
I didn't know twins.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yep. So.
GG's on that.
Yeah. Right, man.
Do not envy that whatsoever.
that. No.
Nope. I've got several friends with twins, and it looks super
Me and
cool.
Doc's got one that has a twin boy and a twin girl.
It looks super cool, and you got a built-in best friend. But my God, I don't know if I'd want to be there for every waking moment. So
Yeah.
that's a whole new can of worms.
Sometimes the battle just for one of them.
Right. Well, where was I going with that spring break thing? There was one more thing I was going to ask. Where's a place you'd want to take you guys if the finances weren't an issue, if time of year wasn't an issue, like if it's something maybe you guys did whenever you were younger and you're like, I got to pass this on, or if it's like a bucket list thing. I mean, what would you want to do to take the fam? And where would you want to take them?
Snoqualmie, Washington.
So what's there?
The Salish Resort. It's where they filmed a lot of Twin Peaks.
Like the TV show?
No, the ads
No,
for the Hooters.
No, the booby restaurant.
We had to.
That was my nickname in college.
the
Movie
town
restaurant?
the town of Snoqualmie, and there's another town nearby. They were both the set pieces for that show. And then there's the Sailors Resort on top of Snoqualmie Falls, which is where they did a lot of principal photography and videography for the show. It's just really idyllic, Pacific Northwest. I would love to go.
Cool.
I would probably go to my favorite town in New Orleans.
Margaritaville. Oh.
No. Nolans.
I do love me some Nolans. My daughter, we went to go, when my wife graduated from LSU, she did an online degree with library stuff. And so we went to her graduation. And that was my daughter's first big trip that she seems to remember, because we went to New York State to see my brother-in-law a couple times. But every once in a while she'll bring it up and she'll be like, we should go back to New Orleans again.
New
Of course,
Orleans
we went
is so
in.
much fun.
It's fun, don't get me wrong, but it
Like,
was 110
even if you're not a big
farting
drinker,
degrees outside.
There's always something either to find, to do, or to eat.
Mm-hmm.
We went to that famous beignet place. I forget the name of it.
Cafe du Monde.
Yeah. And Liz was sitting there, and this tenor sax player starts coming up and playing Baby Shark to her, and she's getting all antisocial and weird.
Oh God.
She starts like shaking a little bit. But yeah,
There's a couple of cool things
love
that
that
we've
moment.
done in New Orleans. We were the first time we went down there. It was with my wife's parents.
my wife.
My wife.
My wife.
Hadn't had
And,
that in a while.
About to hit the
We went
knock,
on
I'll tell you
a
that.
American Horror Story walking tour,
Wow.
and it was different spots where they filmed a couple of the scenes, and then they showed us the address where we can actually go see the Coven House, because the third season was in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
So it had a lot of different stuff like that. The second time, it was just me and my wife, and we went on a food tour. So it took us around to a lot of different restaurants and let us try different things, which was so much fun. And then a ghost tour.
Spooky Dukes.
We didn't see any ghosts,
I was about to say, did you see any spooks or dukes?
but it does say that a lot of paranormal activity has been found at this location. Here's stories. It's a lot of like history tour of kind of where New Orleans is built on. It has a French,
Quarter.
well, like French.
In this
I just wanted to say
economy, you
quarter.
couldn't afford a French nickel.
Ha cha cha cha.
The French culture is embedded in the whole town of New Orleans. It talks about the pirates that were there.
Did they talk about Morgan Moonscar?
I don't know.
Okay.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Tell me you've seen Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Yeah, that was years ago.
When it came out, like a long time ago.
Yeah,
It's the best Scooby-Doo movie.
1998?
No, it's not.
Best Scooby. Yes, it was.
No, it's not.
Yes, it was.
No, it's not.
Internet Movie Database. IMDb.com. Not a
I
sponsor.
thought the Cyber Chase was a whole lot better.
Oh, you take that back right now, Ricky Bobby.
Oh, no. Cyber Chase was way better than
You
Zombie
are
Island.
wrong in so many levels.
I am
Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island video 1998 rated G, which is shocking. An
Look how good I
hour
am.
and seven.
not. Look how good I am.
Hey everyone, come see how good I look.
I don't right
Boy.
now. I look like death. But
Boy, you can't tell me Cyber Chase was better. You're so full of crap.
I love Cyber Chase.
You know, I'll give you that. I don't think I've ever actually watched Cyber Chase.
It's so good. I saw it at a friend's sleepover
Uh-huh.
birthday party, and like we stayed up and we played video games and we watched Cyber Chase. So maybe that kind of has something mixed
Right, I
in
get that.
to do with it.
Right. According to IMDb, it's got a 7.7 for Zombie Island, and Cyber Chase has a 7.1. So therefore, theoretically, Zombie Island is better. And it was made in
their
2001.
opinion. In their opinion,
Their opinions can be correct.
not my world.
Okay. Anyway. Well, y'all hit your spring break, or at least like
What about you?
trips. I think what I'd want to do, if money weren't an object, is get on a plane, which I already know I hate planes. But going overseas is going to be the one I go to because I want to go to the UK. It ties into my wife because she loves Harry Potter stuff. We would be able to. We also want to go to a West End Broadway show. We're both into Broadway. I would definitely want to check out some Beatles things over there. I've looked on TripAdvisor before and kind of built my own like choose your own adventure thing.
Yeah.
And then there's several James Bond tours and stuff like that too. So I think I would totally eat that stuff up big time if we were to ever get over there. But so that's on the list one of these days. But
I would really like to go to Ireland if I went somewhere overseas.
that'd be pretty too.
I want to see so much of Europe, but like I would love to do most of Italy. I'd love to go to Tuscany.
Italy would be great. I'd like to go to Germany too, and Spain.
Yes, I love German architecture. It's awesome.
Yeah. I have a friend who just retired from teaching, and she was putting pictures up on Facebook. Her daughter, I think, and her sister or someone, they're in Spain right now. So I was just sitting there flipping through the pictures going, holy crap, this looks so cool. So,
Go to Neuschwanstein Castle.
Go by. Yeah, it's pipe dream, but boys, if we ever strike it rich, I'll divvy it up with y'all some. So
That's a pipe dream right there.
yeah, it is what it is.
I know it's completely out of left field, but I've got to say this. I've been wanting to say it all podcast about something that happened last night.
Do it.
So I have strep again, which is why I look terrible, but also because I went to bed at 11 last night and woke up at 5 this morning, and I have been in the car all day. Or not all day, but like we drove to Chattanooga at like 6 this morning, got there at 9, and then we drove home starting at like 6 and got home at 9. So, but
clocks.
So I'm very tired, but anyway, I started going. I was going to bed Wednesday night, and I felt like my throat started to get a little, kind of scratchy. And then I woke up Thursday morning, and I had like a white patch in the back of my throat. And I was like, oh, great. Here we go. I know this is going to get bad. By the time I got to work, I was already like, had fatigue. My arms, like I couldn't lift them. And as the day went on, it got progressively worse. I started getting chills and stuff. And like it felt like the flu. I never ran a fever the entire time. It was the weirdest thing. Never had a fever. But I had chills and body aches, and the patches kept getting worse. And I got home last night, and I'm like, I'm not even going to stream tonight. I'm going to wait till the kids go to bed. I'm going to finish what I'm doing in here, and then I'm just going to go to bed on time so we can get up, because we had to get up at 5 this morning for this trip. I'd already bought tickets. I wasn't going to cancel. I wasn't going to try to get a refund. I was like, we're doing this. It's my wife's spring break. It's the last day for her spring break. I want to spend time with them. We're going to do it. But I say all that to say, I got into bed last night. I was wearing a t-shirt and pajama pants, and I was about to put a hoodie on. But like I said, it didn't have a fever, but I was just all
That's
night.
how I was last night, too.
It would not stop. So I got in bed, laid down on top of a comforter, got a blanket and put over me, and then I got a handmade quilt that my mom made for me when I was a kid. That's like, it weighs so much that if you probably wet it, you could probably knock out a window with it. But I like put all that over me, and I was like, I'm still too cold. So then I pulled it over my head and like laid under the blanket until like my breath warmed it up enough to where I could like try to go to sleep. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'll suffocate if I do this. So like I rolled over on my side and like made like a little port big enough for my mouth, and then like I laid there like this last night until I fell asleep. But the weirdest thing is, I don't know if it was lucid dreaming or if I was just in micro sleep all night, because I've had instances in the past when I've had the flu where I will like lie on the couch for what seems like hours and it's only like 30 minutes. And it's crazy. It's like being in like a different reality. But I had a very vivid dream that I had to like destroy some kind of facility or something from like I don't know if it's because I'm playing too much Resident Evil or something, but anyway, I had this dream and I'm like, I have to destroy this, but I was aware enough to know that I was in that blanket, my blanket fort, if you will, and I was like, I can't get out of this thing until this dream is over, until we finish this. So then at some point at like 2 or 3 in the morning, I remember breaking up and getting out of it and ripping it off my head. I'm like, and then I guess at some point, even though I didn't have a fever, whatever it had broken, because not only was I not freezing, but like I was pouring sweat and it was all over me, and I was like, my whole body, I can't even describe how it felt. It's like, you know that feeling you get when you put, like, have you ever done the thing where you put your arms against the doorway and push on them, then when you let go, like your arms will go up like that? That's what my whole body felt like. That when I woke up, my whole body goes like I felt like I had resurrected or come out of a cocoon or something, and I was like, oh god, that was awful. But it's like a pressure cooker for hours underneath those blankets, and then I finally broke out of it.
Shot out like Rita Repulsa. After 10,000 years, I'm free.
I was like, I feel better now. I'm like, I'm gonna go pee and go back to bed until 5. So, but yeah, I woke up and I got in the car to try to chat, and I was like super nauseous, and I could barely get my breakfast down. But once I did, and I took my amoxicillin, and I'm like, I feel okay now. And then I get to the restaurant tonight, and I hadn't had Tylenol or my amoxicillin yet, and I'm sitting at the restaurant in a hoodie. I'm like, I want to go home. And then I took my medicine. I was like, I'm good again. So maybe in the middle of the night it'll come back and suck again. But if I start feeling like that again tomorrow, I'm probably going to go to the doctor again. Because I use telehealth, and every time I've ever used telehealth, they diagnose me with something that is not even remotely close. And I'm like, what
that's the flip side about having those kind of things where there's no physical connection right there. And I've only used it once or twice, and it's kind of odd. But
I've never used them.
Well, it's the thing
once
is,
or twice.
it's free with my insurance at work.
True, yeah.
But I did it. They called me in amoxicillin and told me to take a flu and COVID test. So then I'd go get my prescription, which is $5, and then the $15 flu and COVID test, $20. That's how much urgent care costs for me to go to, is $20. I did it so I could save money. I'm like, I didn't save any money. Mm-hmm. Granted,
and I technically got the same insurance Alden does because I got it through my wife, which is actually pretty decent. It was almost the exact same stuff I had, but it's at least a couple $100 cheaper. So
what's weird is my wife and I have not gotten on each other's medical insurance because there's benefits on both. Mm-hmm. I wonder if it would ultimately cost us more money, but I wonder if there'd be a way to finagle it, because my urgent care visits are $20 and hers are $35, but her ER is $150 and mine's $200. So in some ways hers is cheaper, but in some ways mine is. But I'm like, it's so expensive that if I had to add her to mine, it would just hemorrhage my paycheck.
I get that.
But if she could cancel hers, then we'd make up for it. But
it's weird being an adult.
Yep. It's weird having to pay for health care.
Bingo. All right, fellas. Well, I think since this has been kind of a late night burn on the midnight oil thing, and since Alden's circling the drain, we might want to call tonight. What do you all think?
I'd like to at least hit the hour mark.
Okay, cool.
Any mashups for tonight?
No, because last week we talked about Requiem.
What are our favorite antibiotics?
Our matchups could be Resident Evil games.
Now, of course, me being the Resident Evil boy, I could go to school on that, but then I know Viper's not played the OGs, and then Alden, have you played everything, or?
The only ones I have never played or finished.
Both, either. Doesn't matter.
I could not comfortably say I have played enough of any version of 1.
Okay.
0.
OG 96?
Any version of 1. Director's Cut, OG, remake for GameCube. None of that.
You need to go out of your way and play the GameCube remake.
It's coming up. After I finish the Platinum on Requiem, I'm going to start back at 0 and work my way forward. Okay. I've even got them listed in my to-do list in chronological where they take place. Got to take a brief detour to do the Umbrella Chronicles game and stuff like that, even though some of them are ungodly hard, apparently. But I've never really played 0. I've never gotten off the train on 0. Never really played the original much. I never played the original 2, but I have beaten the remake of 2 and 3. I never played the original of 3 either. I've beaten the original of 4 100 times. And I've done the remake of 4. Beat 5 and 6. 7 and 8.
Are you going to play Code Veronica?
Yeah, actually, back in the day, I did half of it. I don't know why I quit on it, because I got pretty far on it.
I found it on my my Xbox. So that's
where I played it. On 360 is where I played it.
Code Veronica.
I've got to do that one.
They had it for a free game.
Yeah, it was free with games with gold at one point. That's why I have it.
Downloaded it.
It might be
But
my
in terms of
favorite.
like side things, I still have to do Operation Raccoon City,
Revelation,
Resistance,
Salvation.
of course.
What's
the,
Revelation? What's Resistance?
I don't know.
Is that
It's
like
got
the rip-off
multiplayer on it.
Outbreak thing?
Ooh, Outbreak. That's another good one.
I've got both. If you need them.
Well, you have Outbreak File too.
Yeah.
I saw that at the store for the other day, and they wanted like over $100 for it.
For some
Let's
reason,
say,
it jacked
let's
up.
say that one's
Yeah.
worth some money. So
Yeah,
good on you for
it's-
holding on to that.
Well, it's not my OG copy, but I got it from Replay several years ago now. But
Yeah, now that I've got that adapter for my for the PS2, well, my PS2 is not reading discs. I took the disc to Replay,
no.
and they cleaned it, and I'm like, oh, so it's definitely going to work now, and it won't read any discs. So there's something wrong with the actual console. So I wonder if they can repair the console.
sidebar on that, I don't know if he works on PS2s, but he sent me to this place in Pigeon Forge that works on consoles. And I don't know if I brought this up on the pod yet, but I brought my backwards compatible PS3 I found.
Yeah.
And I walked in with it and set it on the counter, and then he walked towards it and then stepped away from it like it had the bubonic plague.
I remember you telling me that.
I was so upset, and I literally almost started crying in front of him because I don't even know why. But
Where
just
was
the way
that place at?
Pigeon Forge, couldn't tell you the details, but I think it was called like...
Was it right next to like the Blue Moose?
Yes.
Okay, that's the
Actually-
place where I went to look at games.
Okay.
I told you guys about the used game store that has like a bunch
Yeah.
of old,
Yeah.
older
Yeah.
games. That's
Yeah.
where that was.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't stay in there long enough because I said, like I said, it was such a swift nut kick that I legit almost started crying because I was
Would
so
he not
upset.
even tell you why?
He was like, can't touch it because if it's a unicorn out in the something, and then if I do something, and then it'll not guaranteed to work, it's still fatal. He's just
Fatal. It's not going to
Beating around the bush.
explode.
he's filibustering to not work on it. So that was just.
I
I've
mean,
got
I
it
see
sitting
there's a
behind
whole
me.
lot of liability though.
Is it
No,
'cause
I
it's-
totally.
But even if it's jailbroken and he touches it, there's no warranty on it.
I think from my time working at the music store, I could see this too. Like, can't guarantee the work.
Okay. Well, it's a
and I
disclaimer. He
understand.
told you that before you did it. You're not going to
Yeah,
sue him.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. You don't know who's
I
gonna
think I
sue
had
what
my-
nowadays.
I think I had my hopes up so much, and then just for his reaction and the denial of it, I've got it sitting behind me in a box, and I'm half tempted to just throw it on eBay to sell it and get rid of it. But I
Is
really want it to work.
Just because you want a PS3 or you want one that can play PS1 and PS2 games?
It's that. I've already got a PS3
Well, do you have a PS1 or PS2?
to somewhere, and it's a little baby one.
I feel like you could probably have better. I mean, the thing is, you also don't even need a PS1. A PS2 will play
I
all the PS1
forgot.
games.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, because I'm playing PS2 games.
My PS1 hasn't been turned on in like 20 years. It's sitting in my bedroom right now, but I don't even know if it works anymore because I don't use it. There's no need to. The only thing I ever used it for was the Game Shark. It would not work on the PS2. Unless I was doing it wrong. I don't know.
It was just kind of nice to have the idea of that and being like a hub for all of it. And I do think it had been modded because I think the hard drive, I think it said when I got it powered on, I got it to take a disc, but it wouldn't read the disc.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And so I cracked it open last summer, and I looked at it, and I was trying to fiddle with it. And I noticed several screws were missing that should have been there. Oh, excuse me, through all the tutorials I found. But then I put what I could back together and said, I'll worry about it later. And then I had the opportunity to go up there and check out that store, and then that's when I got treated like the bubonic plague. But I don't know. It was just kind of nice to think I could have that, you know. Very, very first world problem of me, but
So what's wrong with the console, anyways?
all it'll do. At one point, like I said, you could put the disc in, it powers up, it doesn't start spinning, it doesn't start reading. Yeah. and then after I took it apart and put it back together, then the discs wouldn't go in. Everything else would power on and up and all that stuff. So whatever I did, I stopped it from taking the discs in too.
You said you still have a PS3, another one though?
Yeah.
Why don't you jailbreak that one?
Will it do that though? Like to play PS1 and 2 games, or didn't I need hardware for that or whatever?
No, I think
I'll have to
what it
go
was-
down the rabbit hole of that one. But
Well, how old is your old PS3? Is it one of the originals, or is it a?
08, so I got it, a year or two after it came out.
If it's one of the older ones, I think they originally had the hardware capabilities of playing the PS1 and PS2.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, look into it.
Could you play PS1 and not PS2? Maybe, because I vaguely remember playing like Resident Evil 3 on it, ironically.
There was a way of doing it because my cousin borrowed a bunch of my PS1 games to play on his PS3.
I vaguely remember that happening now, so maybe there is a way I can dig through. I just don't want to break a childhood one, you know?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm...
I have
Especially if I don't know
Grant's,
what I'm doing.
Or,
So.
BLX's.
Who's Grant?
I have Zombies PS3. He sold it to me right out of after grad school, and I'm
I
glad he
stole
did
it
because
from him.
I'm still working on my PS3 collection, and I'm going at some point going to be playing some. I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy 13 probably next month. So glad I have it.
If not in a couple weeks.
I'm finishing
hadn't-
Tactics. I'm gonna
Oh, are
come
you?
in tomorrow, and I'm gonna pretty woman that game. I'm gonna come in there like, do you know who I am?
Woman, that game.
What was
You
the one
shunned
you
me
shared
earlier.
in the group chat earlier? I have never seen that. I've never seen that cover before. For
Oh, Tales of Graces.
Yeah, I'd never heard of that one.
It's another Tales game. I think it's a re-release of a mobile one because there's two. There's Tales of Grace. Tales of Grace is F, and there's like Tales of Hearts R, and I'm not sure what the F and the R stand for. The
I do.
Tales of
No, kid.
Tales of Hearts is a Vita game, which is another reason I'm trying to find a PlayStation TV because some of the games aren't compatible with the TV. They're like Silent Hill Book of Memories is only Vita. You can't use it on the VR, but also I would never want to stream that game because it's not very good. But like if I'm going to play like the whole Mana series, there is a Vita only Mana game. If I'm going to play the Tales series, there is a Vita only Tales game. So I would like to have that because all essentially is it is a box about the size of a capture card with a PlayStation logo on it, and you basically connect it with a DualShock 4 controller, and you can basically play Vita games like it's a home console, and you can connect it to an HDMI. And it's a really cool niche thing that apparently nobody wanted when it came out, and now a bunch of people are like, oh yeah, now we want it. And apparently a lot of people are like jailbreaking it to do other things. But I saw one at McKay's literally the day I went to get my Vita. They had both of them, and I was like, which one do I want? And I was like, I don't know anything about the TV. I'll get the Vita. And then the more I looked into it, I was like, the TV would have been really cool. But I'm gonna have to get some insiders at the Chattanooga store to check on it for me. My friend lives down there, and she's about to move to Hickson, but she said she's literally never been to that one. So I was like, dang. But if I can get someone to go check on it for me, I will wire them the money because I want one. Because people are selling them on eBay for like $200, and McKay's is like, we sell them for $80 when we have them. I'm like, that's what I want to pay. So. But yeah, it's
On
a
a
cool little
sidebar,
device.
you were sending photos in the green room too. We've mentioned, I think, on here before that our local McKay's is shutting down for reasons, but
Yeah.
he was sending me pictures of the wrestling figure aisle, and it was just so
Oh,
beautiful. It was so nice.
There was a lot.
Oh,
Dude,
I sent all those
I
pictures, and I was
loved-
like, holy cow.
I loved that store today. I'd never been to that one, and I was like, that one was really well organized. There were some things they had less than K-Town did, but there were something like their game section was so good and so clean and like organized. But they had so many more choices. They're like guitar pedals and stuff. Oh, dude, they had some cool stuff. They had an Ibanez tube screamer. They had a God, what was the brand? A DOD, like a I can't remember what it's called. It had so many good pedals, and I was like, dude, I would love to just come in here with like thousands of dollars and buy some of the stuff they had. But no, that's where I found Tales of Graces. I was about to buy Tales of Shilia as well, but they wanted like 25 for it, and the case had like some like sticky residue on it. I'm like, GameStop only wants 20 for it. Granted, I might not even get a case if I ordered from them online. You got to play GameStop roulette. But and I was also wanting to get the Nier game, the original, not Automata, but the original one. And they wanted 25 for that as well. I'm like, okay, that one's like 15 on GameStop, so you got to choose your battles. But no, I got Shilia, or not Shilia, Graces for 15. I was like, yeah, that's a good deal because that's how much it is on GameStop, and I know it has a good case. So I was excited to get that. So my collection's almost done. I think I have like 5 more games, and I'll have all of the Tales games that you can get on PlayStation.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we were going to have like all the North American PS3 games, and I was like, geez, I didn't realize you had dug that deep.
God, no, what you see behind you is about all the PlayStation games I have. I don't have a lot of physical because I was an Xbox bro for so long until after my surgery. I guess getting part of my colon removed is what turned me into a PlayStation fan.
You just had to remove the shit from your butt. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
No, it's weird. Like around the same time I got diagnosed, I was playing Starfield, so that might have been the reason I quit playing PlayStation. It's like Xbox. It's like this game sucks. No, it was kind of boring. It wasn't terrible, but I never finished Tunic. I was working on that on Xbox at the time. But
Tunic's really fun to play.
PlayStation, I switched over because of Rebirth, and I decided I wanted to get all of the Final Fantasy trophies. And then I was like, oh, I'm not just doing this just for Final Fantasy. I'll do it for other games. So then I started, wanting to build a trophy collection. Started playing through new games, old games, games I've beaten before on Xbox. Want to do it again, and no. Now I'm once I finish Requiem next week, I'll have my 200th platinum. So it'll be sweet. I'm saving the big 200 for something good, and Requiem I think is a good one.
I was singing no Requiem.
It was originally going to be Tactics, but I'm like, Tactics is taking longer than I thought it would.
Yeah.
I'll totally do it, though. I just have to grind on it a lot, which I also found a much more efficient method of grinding now, and it's working a lot better. So, if I don't pass out after this podcast, I might work on that a little bit tonight, because I'm going to be back on tomorrow night.
I'm banking on that.
Well, I've drank this whole freaking. I've had like 500 milligrams of caffeine today. I really shouldn't have. I've had a Coke Zero for every meal. I was all over. I had McDonald's for breakfast, Mellow Mushroom for lunch, and then we went to this diner for dinner. But
was it a diner in?
I've also got cannoli right here.
A cannoli.
Leave the cannoli.
Did you go to the diner in Cleveland, by the way? Is that because it was up from Chattanooga?
We didn't go to the one in Cleveland. We went to the one on Lee Highway.
Okay.
But it's the same place.
Really I like
good
that
food.
Place.
Delicious food.
Yep.
Like they have like a cake menu the size of the Cheesecake Factory, and you can buy whole cakes for $30. Like
I can't remember the name of the place now.
Cakes. City Cafe.
That's right. Yeah.
It's so good. If you're in the Chattanooga, Cleveland area, go check it out. Awesome food. Had a bacon cheeseburger and fries. It was awesome.
How far off would you say that is from McKay's in Chattanooga on a sidebar?
A third of a mile.
Really?
Yeah, you pull out of the parking lot and you can see it.
Oh, okay, cool.
You need to treat yourself. Go down there and get a slice of cake and go to McKay's one day.
The training I'm taking this summer. Oh, I want a scholarship to pay for some music training I'm taking this summer. And my prerequisite is I want to drive home every day, and the school gives me a vehicle, so I don't have to pay for gas, which is awesome. And the school doesn't have to pay for the training, which is awesome. But if I can't make it there and they don't have enough people, they're going to cancel that one. And I do not want to go where I have to spend the night. I would have to spend nearly 2 weeks at a place. And I don't want that. That makes me anxious. That makes my daughter anxious. But But then on a sidebar, if it does work and I can go to Cleveland for the training, I'm going to go a little bit further and go to McCase. So
Yeah. Like, what's Cleveland, like 26 miles from Chat? So it means
It's
it'd
not
be
far.
like a 30-minute drive. Dude, I am so tripping out. I saw your cat jump from one tier to the other, and it looked like a giant flame. I thought something burst into flames. Like, it looked like a flamethrower just shot up in the air. I was like, oh my god, your house is on fire.
I saw her kind of debating whether she wanted to jump up there or not.
yeah,
I'm
they're
tripping.
yeah,
It's
okay.
all right. All right.
All right, well, we're out of ad pauses, so, Viper, who are we raiding out to?
You want to do Sweetheart Alley?
Sure. I'm ready for bed.
I think we all are.
Dude, it's been a day. It's been a good day, but it's been a day.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Let me see. I've rated them before. I'm trying to see.
Sweetheart ALYY.
It's like I thought I had them on here. No, I haven't rated. I haven't rated them before. Never mind. I know you're talking about.
But something I would really like to do.
Do you keep
for
tabs on who you raid?
No, it's just a lot of people I've rated in the past. I've followed them, and I'm not following them. So that's why I thought I was getting confused with someone else. All right.
Gotcha.
So,
Well, we're raiding out now. We'll see you guys next Friday, and I promise we'll be on time, and I will not be half dead. Check out Viper's stream tomorrow. What are you doing tomorrow?
I can't believe that I
You're
never
starting
did.
Mafia 2 tomorrow.
I don't know
Mafia
why I
2.
skipped
Okay.
it. I
I'm gonna
played
go back and, like I
Artisan.
said, I'm gonna go back to tactics, and I'm gonna
never beat
I'm gonna bend it over and slap it around and show it who's boss, because I've
like Resident
spent
Evil.
most of my week really grinding and trying to understand the mechanics of the game. I think I'm ready to beat it, or not beat it, but like work on it. So my goal is to work on that tomorrow night. So check one of us out. Doc, are you doing anything?
He's feasting again.
Okay.
He's not paying us any interest.
I'll let y'all know if I do.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next Friday.
Everything else on the
And we're gonna work on trying to get our friend on as a
well,
guest.
he's
So
playing future.
hopefully soon. But until then, you guys have a good night.
You
I am dead tired.
just love
I'll see you.
Jeremy.
Deuces, oozes.
Deuces, oozes.